And red line rollout. The city reveals its plans for extending the CTA red line, but funding may be an issue. Good evening. I'm Erica Sargent. Rob has the night off. The plans are laid out, but there may still be a few holdups before an extended red line becomes reality. Right now, the CTA red line starts at Howard Street on the Evanston border. It travels through the north side, downtown, and then the south side. It stops at 95th Street, leaving thousands of people farther south without convenient transportation. CBS 2 political reporter Derrick Blakley looks at the promise, the plans, and a few problems.
Mayor Emanuel touring the planned location for the first step on the Red Line extension, the proposed 103rd Street station seen here in an artist drawing, something Far Southsiders have awaited for years.
This was a promise made by Richard J. Daley over 40 years ago.
We have the opportunity now to do something that has been talked about ad nauseum.
The project would begin at 95th Street, extending south 5.3 miles, with stations at 103rd Street, 111th, Michigan Avenue near 115th, and ending at 130th. The route's now in place, but the money isn't. $2.3 billion.
We're going to talk about making sure that the federal and state partners are a part of this.
But with President Obama gone from the White House and President Trump in, getting funding out of the feds could be tougher. And surprise, Springfield could also get in the way.
The timeline is going to be driven much more by our ability to get the state capital funding that we need to make the project happen than by whether or not there are federal resources to support it.
Much of the route follows Union Pacific freight tracks, requiring the city to buy 154 properties, many abandoned or vacant like this one on 103rd. But the owner of Donald's Auto Repair near the proposed 115th Street station says he'd be happy to sell.
If anything to help the neighborhood, I'm willing to sacrifice my business for the city.
The city has funded the $85 million needed for environmental and engineering studies. Just completing those will take a year and a half. But how soon the money will materialize to actually put shovels in the ground? Well, that's anybody's guess for a project that's not expected to open until 2026 at the very earliest. So, Erica, some significant hurdles still there.
So these neighborhoods, they've been populated for quite some time. So why has it taken so long to even come up with a plan, let alone get it to fruition?
Well, it's been talked about for a long time, but first, the city was trying to rebuild the entire CTA, which they've largely done or have on the drawing board, including rebuilding the northern red line, the green line, and so forth, and then also rebuilding the red line, and now finally completing the modernization of the 95th Street station. Now, the mayor says you can turn your attention to actually extending the line and providing service for people who haven't had it.
Okay, Derrick, thank you.